Yo, what up, everybody? Hey, what's going on, everyone? It is Daniel here. Sorry about that. I was burping, and I don't like to do that belching kind of thing, like, So, um, it's funny because my mentor actually, when he came down, he was like, "Dude, why do you keep breathing like if you're a smoker?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" So I was talking to him, and I was trying to tell him something. And I was burping, but I was like, ugh, and it was kind of like pushing it out the side of my face. So if you guys can imagine it, it was like breathing sideways, like if you're trying to talk out the side of your mouth, but I was pushing air out, and I was like, so I was like, hey, what are you talking about? And he just started cracking up because it's something that I had been doing it's a habit that I've been doing since I was super, super young. So sorry about that, but I want to get in here and give you guys this freaking crazy value. I hope you guys are excited for this because this is awesome, guys. This is a script that has been around since like 1987. I promise you, or probably even longer. It's pretty much a perfect script. Okay. And the reason why it's perfect is because it takes them through kind of all the stages of pain, pleasure, and how to position your product, okay, or service, so to speak. And I'm just going to kind of give you guys an example based on what I used to close a $2,500 12-week fitness program without ever seeing this person, okay? So now understand, you're probably not going to get the same results. Maybe you will, maybe you'll get better results, but I can't tell you that these results are typical for everyone. Okay, I can just tell you exactly what I used, and in hopes that you guys will understand the buyer psychology more than anything else. Understand why people do what they do and say what they say, and like react the way they do. You have to understand that people do not act on logic. So if it makes sense, they probably won't buy. If it's emotionally attached, you probably will buy. You know what I mean? They'll only back it up with logic. You know what I mean? So that you lead them in with emotion, and then you back it up with logic. Like the reason why people buy Ferraris has no logical explanation whatsoever. Like there's no reason to buy a Ferrari, but people think it's going to increase their status and therefore increase relationships with other people. So they buy that, okay? So they can increase status. And if you can help people increase status in some way, shape, or form, in any place you do in life, you're going to win. I promise you. And I'm going to share with you how to do this, how to structure this, and how I structured it for myself. Okay. So this is how the conversation, this sales script is going to start. Okay. So you want to block out about an hour of your time. Okay. So you want to spend some time with these people. Okay. Spend some time, but don't go through this like a script. Go through it like kind of like a flow, but just kind of like if you're doing a presentation at school, kind of like you're doing a presentation at school. And then, you're just reading off the kind of the prompt. And you're just kind of taking looks back, just taking a look back at the presentation on the board and be like, oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. That's kind of what this is going to be for. It's not going to be for like you sounded like a robot. However, I do for your first couple sales calls, to be honest with you guys, you might want to try to follow this as close as possible because you're not going to be, how do I say this, equipped enough to kind of go in and outs of emotions. You'll feel people on the phone or in person. You'll feel the way they feel. You know what I mean? They'll start to get cold on you and you'll feel it and you'll start to talk faster. But don't do that, okay? You want to just kind of be cool with it. Don't do this in person first, practice a couple times at home in the mirror or something like that because, hey, look, if you can close a couple $2,500 programs here and there, hey, you're going to win. I think so. So right here, okay. So number one is you want to give them that hook. You want to bring them in and keep them in. And so they already went through this 10-minute script with you, this 10-minute qualifying call with you, just to make sure that you want to actually talk to them. Okay. You understood you talked about they had money in the first one and they're the decision makers. And if they're not, make sure you get the decision maker on there. Okay. So if it's their husband that's going to make the money, that's going to put down the credit card, make sure that husband's on this call, okay? And if it's the wife that's going to be okay pulling out a credit card, get her on the call. That's going to be good. So before, and then I have objections too. I might as well give you guys the objections too. Just make sure that you comment below so that I can give you the objection sheets so that you can practice them because they're going to get objections because people are gonna be like, oh, it's too much. And then you can follow up with, oh, well, I know it's a little bit much, but aren't you glad that you can actually spend more than the normal, American? Most people can't even spend what you can spend. Do you want to go ahead and put in your credit card here? And so you kind of walk around that question, but at the same token, you don't let them tell you how the conversation is going to go. So let's get into this, and I'll give you guys that sheet. But make sure you comment on one of these posts because it's going to help more people see it. And ultimately, that's what I want to do. I want to serve more people. I want to serve more people out there. And the only way I can do that is by y'all's help. Teamwork makes the dream work, guys. So here we go. Hi, so you say their name. So in this case, I'm going to say like it was a girl named Anissa, right? Hey, hey, is this Anissa? And she's going to be like, yeah. Oh, hey, Anissa, it's good to have you on. You're exactly who I'm looking for. And then, the power of yes is very important. People love hearing their own name. That's the number one thing. You want to make sure that you get their name right and spell it right and pronunciate right. Because their name is very, very important. Your name is the first thing you hear when you're born. Okay, so you hear that. So if I just say, hey, Anissa, she's piqued her interest. And if I just get her to say yes, she's probably going to continue saying yes throughout the conversation. Okay, and so when I ask her for a credit card, it's very hard for her to say no. Okay, so how's your last few days been? And you can get a little bit rapport. She'll probably be like, yeah, it's been okay, cool, whatever. And then you'll be like, okay. Anissa, on this call, a couple things are going to happen. I know the last time we talked on this 10-minute call, you kind of explained to me some of your struggles. And, at the end of this call, I'm going to give you an opportunity to just ask me some questions. And if you can answer my questions, and at the end of this call, we're just going to see if this program is actually a good fit for you or if I can actually help you out. Okay. Does that sound cool? And then she's probably going to say, yeah, sure. Okay. So great. Before we get started, I want to also say that if at the end of this call, you feel that the training with me and my program isn't good for you, it's 100% okay for you to say no. And so in this case, you give her that kind of, she understands that it's not going to be a sales call and you're not going to be pitching her hard. You're going to be, just giving her options. You're going to help her out and make the good decision. If she wants to make a good decision at the end of it, she'll go forward. If she doesn't, you're not going to push her. That's what she wants to feel in this part of the conversation. Okay. And then you want to tell her that you're exclusive. You don't want to just work with anybody. Okay. So, and then you just say, hey, on the other hand, if I don't feel that I'm a good fit for you or our program's not a good fit for you, is it okay that I say no to you? And does that sound fair? She'll probably be like, oh, yeah, sure. And in this case, like in her mind, she's like, holy smokes, he doesn't need my business. So most people want what they can't have. Okay. So in this case, she's already now you're professional. Now you positioned yourself as professional. Okay. So what I won't accept at the end of this call, here's what I do not want to hear, okay? I got to think about it. I was between today and tomorrow. I have 6 other calls, and I only have a couple more spots available. So I don't want to hear that you have to think about it. You had enough time to think about it. We're on this call. I want to make sure that this is good for you. Is that still okay? Does that sound fair? And if she says yes, you move forward. You got her 3 yeses already, and then you can actually. If she says no, then say, hey, look, you know what, Anissa, thank you for your interest with my program, but I don't think it's a good fit if you're already, getting anxious about price. I don't want to work with people that are anxious about that. I want them to work with, if they want value, they get value. Something like that, okay? So next, Anissa, this is where you're going to start to uncover some of her hidden pains, okay? So next I want to recap just kind of what the fitness goals were. And then feel free to go into them a little bit further and explain to me what's been going on. Okay. I want to know the deep reasons for them and what was it that made you decide to reach out to me. So now she's selling to you. Okay. So listen closely and take notes throughout this call. And then just kind of what she says, like, man, I hated doing Weight Watchers. Write that down. I hated doing Weight Watchers. And then try to model what she said, like how she said it, I hate it. And then she says, I hate it. Okay. And then so when you tell her back at the end, it's going to sound weird, but I promise you it works. Okay. So then you want to ask whys. I'm going to actually change that. I might have to change this, but we'll see. It worked with 5, but I just found a new strategy for 7 whys and why 7 works. But for now, 5 works. Okay. So she's going to start to talk to you a little bit, and then you just kind of bring out why she's actually here. So just let me know exactly what you're struggling with, Anissa. So what's your main goal? What's your main goal? And if you're working with business, like, what's your biggest struggle with business right now? Why are you reaching out to me right now? And they'll say, well, you know what? I'm not making money. I'm just breaking even, or I'm spending money on things that I shouldn't be spending money on. Things like that will come up in some type of conversations. And then you just say, what is your main goal that you want to get from here? So right here is, this is kind of what they're going to tell you is like the front of what they're actually coming here for. They're going to tell you like, I want to lose weight. I want to make more money. But that's not really what people want. Okay. You really have to ask questions, and this is going to help. They're like, I know it seems sleazy because you ask these questions to make them cry. But when you ask them those questions so deeply, man, it opens them up and it makes them feel so comfortable. Like, it makes them feel like you care about them. And that's what you do want to do. You want to care about your people that you're going to serve. Okay. So, hey, she's going to be like, I want to lose weight. And so you say, well, Anissa, why do you want to lose weight? What's the purpose? Well, I want to feel healthier. So, why is feeling healthier so important to you? Like, why does it even matter that you're healthier? I noticed my heart race is up the stairs, or something. I want to be healthy for my kids. Why? I hate that. I hate to hear that stuff. But why does that bother you? Like, if you have to just kind of break it down for me. If I don't improve my health, I'll die. My children will be motherless. So, at this point, you kind of want to just understand them and feel for them and just kind of be with them a little bit. And if you're working with a business, they're going to be like, man, I've been doing this business for 10 years and I haven't freaking made it. I haven't made my first $1 million a year. I haven't done anything. And, my wife is about to leave me. My kids are going a ruckus and I don't know what to do anymore. And so, like, this is where they're starting to open up, and so, I understand that this is pretty tough, but do you mind if I ask why you waited so long to take this type of action? And so they'll be like, I don't know. Okay, so you did say that you tried some things in the past, and you talked about what worked, what didn't work. So can you talk to me about that real quick and why you hated or liked this program or this particular thing that you did? And if you're working with a business, they'll probably say, well, you know what? I tried this sales guy one time and he just sold me and left me for dry. You know what I mean? Something like that. A business owner would tell you that. And then, if you're going to do their marketing, it would be like, man, I hired this freaking company one time and they just took my money and they didn't bring me any leads. No money came out of it. I just dropped $32,000 last year on them. And I don't want to ever do it again. So I've heard that actually from a company. I've heard $72,000, $32,000, $165,000. And I'm like, damn, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money to spend to not get any results from it. So just bear with them there. So, okay. And then you just kind of get that information. So how much money do you think you spent on things that didn't work? And in this case, if it's Anissa for the 12-week fitness program, she's going to say, you know what? What do you mean? And so you just say, what about supplements, gym memberships, and, personal training if you've ever done it, programs that you've bought. If you just had to ballpark, how much money have you spent like over the past, in the past that, on things that didn't work for you? She'll probably say, I don't know, like 100, 1,000, 10,000. And, so you spent 10,000 on things that didn't work. So you bring that back up to her because she doesn't realize that she just said that. So you just bring it back to her attention and you say, well, dang it, you spent $10,000 on things that didn't work. Huh. And she starts to, oh man, I spent $10,000 on things that didn't work. Wow. Okay. So, all right. And so now she's got her mind running around. She's digged into her pain And so then you just ask her, hey, how was your life been in the last 3 months? It's been good. That's what they'll probably say. So, okay, Anissa, I understand. How much weight have you lost, specifically over these past 3 months? She's going to say, I haven't lost anything because my kids, I don't have time. I don't have motivation. I don't know what to do when I get there. I can't cook anymore. I'm always on the road. I'm always doing this. And then the business owner, if he comes to you and you tell him like, look, hey, how much money have you lost in marketing over the last 3 months? And he'll probably tell you, I told you I spent $160,000 last year. So in the last 3 months, could you say you spent about, 30,000 or something like that? 30,000, 20,000, I don't know the math, but just kind of say like $15,000, just like $15,000, $20,000. You say $35,000. What would you say? And then he will say, you know what? I spent like $30,000 in the last 3 months. You're probably right. And dang, and then so you just like, so over the last 3 months, you spent about $30,000 on things that didn't work. Wow. So let me ask you a question here, Nisa. If we were to meet in 6 months from now, what would have to happen for you to be happy with the results? And this is awesome. This is a great question, because they're gonna say, they're gonna start to think, and when they start to think about like the future, this is where you're bringing the future in. You took away their past. You told them their past. They brought up the pains in the past, and now you're going to paint a picture for them for their future for working with you. Okay, so in the next 6 months, wow, you know what, Daniel, I want to lose like 25 pounds. I want to fit into a size 4 for the first time. I want to wear a bikini for the first time in my life. That's what I want to do in the next 6 months. Or I'm going to be 40 in 6 months, Daniel. I don't want to look like I'm 40. So as long as I don't have to look like I'm 40 when I'm in 6 months, I'll be happy. If I just lose 20 pounds, I'll be happy. Right. And if it's John, the businessman, man, I just got to make money. Okay. In the next 6 months, if I can make some money, like real money, then I'll be happy. Okay. And if he says that, just write it down, and just like at the end of this call, you say, hey, look, John, if you want to make some real money, this is what you got to do. And so he's going to be like, oh, snap, this guy's real deal. I saw this commercial, and it's like, real deal, real meal for $5, real meal for $5, real meal for $5, finger licking, good. I love that commercial. Anyways, so now, Anissa, I want to do a little bit of visualization exercise together. If you could just kind of close your eyes, and actually, you know what, guys, I'm going to take this out because you guys don't have to do this, you could just say, like, in the next 5 years, if something doesn't change, like, you don't have to do this visualization side. Oh, shoot, I'm going to take this out. So forget this, okay? I tried it and didn't work, okay? So I just haven't changed it. Okay, so, hey, look, in the next 5 years, John, Anissa, if you don't make any changes today, where do you think you'll be in 5 years? And so Anissa's going to be like, in 5 years, if I don't change anything today, you know what, Daniel, I'll probably be fatter, uglier, unhappy. I probably won't want to wear a dress. I probably won't want to wear a bikini. I don't think I'll ever wear a bikini. I'll be 40 years old, and man, I'll have all the wrinkles. I'll be fat. I'll be going to my 26-year reunion, and people will look at me and say, man, she really blew up. Or Johnny's going to be like, man, in 5 years, if I don't make any changes, my business is going to go under. My wife will probably leave me, and my kids, they already hate me, but they're going to hate me even more, and they're going to try and take every penny that I got. So, that's where my life will be in the next 5 years. And so you come in and you just kind of recap the points to them, the pain points from above. And so if he tells you like, oh, my life is my business will go nowhere, my wife will leave me, my kids will hate me, and then you just recap it. So John, you're saying that you're in the next 5 years, if you don't change anything, you know, your wife will probably leave you. Your kids will probably hate you even more, and you'll probably lose your business. Is that right? Yeah, Daniel, that's right. That's right. Hey, John, let me ask you this question. What about in the next 10 years if you don't do anything? I know you mentioned your 5 years, but what about 10 years? Take a step back and just kind of look at that. Man, Daniel, you know what? Man, I don't even know what 10 years will look like to me anymore. Um, man, I got to do something. Like, I can't even look at 10 years anymore. You know what? In 10 years, I might have to be working at Walmart as a greeter if all this goes downhill. And you just kind of take notes. And Anissa would be like, Daniel, you know, in 10 years, if I don't change anything, I'm afraid I might have a heart attack and I might die. I might never be able to see my kids. That's something I don't ever want to do. I want to see my kids. And so you kind of just, you know, and you just kind of sit back and hear what they say. And I told you, you know, hey, John, Anissa, what if I told you that what's inside you already, you know, you can do all the things that you want to do. And you just need a little bit of help, because that's the truth. I mean, you are the person, and you can achieve all these results, right? And so they're going to be like, okay, so I can do all this. You probably just need some hand holding or guidance to get there, you know, because that's my job, you know, to guide you through the process and get you where you want to go so that you become the best version of yourself. You don't have to, John, you don't have to lose your business. You don't have to, you know, your kids are not going to hate you anymore because you're going to bring home the money. You're going to be bringing home more money, right? You bring back in that emotion and what he said earlier in the call. Or Anissa, you just tell her, Anissa, you know, it's the truth. I mean, you just need some hand holding to help you understand how you can actually get into a bikini for the first time in your life, because we've done it before. You've probably been there before. I can get you there again. You can probably get there again, because you know what you have already is already inside you. You just got to unleash it. Now as your coach, I want to be able to guide you. I'll take you there. Are you ready for that? Are you ready for that, John? Anissa, are you ready for that? And you get set up to help them out. You know, this is where they're like piqued your interest. They're like, oh yeah, I'm ready. Come on, bring it on, right? And so they're going to say yes. So Anissa, John, you know, what's the gap right now from, you know, where you are right now and where you want to be? Since you know yourself better than anyone else, what do you think you're missing to accomplish this? And so Anissa will probably be like, man, you know what? I probably need to get to a size 2 bikini. You know what? I probably need to diet more. I need more motivation. You know, I need to find time to work out. And so take notes on those things. Take notes for sure. Okay. Because this is what you're going to say. Oh, you know what? Our product does helps motivate you, helps you diet easier so you don't have to lose out on the foods that you love. And you know what? You don't even have to work out that much. And so she's already like, whoa. And John's like, huh, you know what, Daniel? He's going to say, you know what, Daniel? I don't know what's missing. That's why I called you, you know, because you had something that I thought I might want, and I need more money because I need to make sure that my kids don't hate me more, and I need to make sure that I keep my wife. And the only way I'm going to do that is bring some bread home. I need to bring the money. Okay, I need to make more money. So, you know, if you can find a way to make me more money, that'd be ideal. And so now you heard what John said. You heard what Anissa says. So now, you know, oh, fantastic. That's awesome. That's what you can even do it kind of excited. Wait, is that all you need? Oh my gosh. You know what? Because I think our program is perfect for you then, Anissa, because what we do is we actually help women that are 25 years old or older actually get back in shape, feel amazing in their body again without having to like lose out on the foods that they love, having to spend hours and hours at the gym. They don't have to do that anymore. And you know what? We keep them motivated through our Facebook group. And so now she's like, whoa. And so, Anissa, do you want to, like, honestly, do you want to be there, or is this just kind of like a way off dream? Do you want to be a size 2, or is this kind of just like an off dream to you? And she's gonna be like, no, no, I really do want to be there. Yes, I do want to be there. So is it important to you that if your clothes fit better, that you would go forward? Yeah, 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 you're right. Yes. Is it important to you that you actually get healthy for your kids? She's gonna be like, yeah, of course. Okay, so if you knew a way where you can lose the weight you wanted, and you can feel comfortable in your clothes, and you were saying you wanted to fit into where you felt amazing, confident, and you had to healthy want to have, what would that mean to you? Would it change your life? Like, oh yeah, it changed my life. Oh yeah, Daniel. Oh yeah, it would change my life. And so, Anissa, do you want to know exactly what I can do to help you? And so to help her with depression, overweight, being overweight, she's about to look 30, I don't know, like 40. Her kids are going to be, are going to now, she's going to be able to see her kids, things like that. And she'll probably be like, oh yes, I want to hear. So you know what? I actually have a program that fits that exact need. So now remember, if you have not, if she's like not kind of like, if you don't feel their body changing, I don't know how to explain it, but if you don't feel their body changing with that conversation, like getting excited or really like, yeah, Daniel, that would help, then you really have to go back and ask some questions. Go back up there and ask some more questions. Why do you want to feel, Anissa, I don't feel like I know you yet. I just want to know you, Anissa. If I can't serve you, at minimum, I want to know you. Is that okay? Yeah, Daniel, that's okay. Let's just go back real quick for a second. I know you said you wanted to be healthy, but why is that important to you, Anissa? I told you I want to be healthy for my kids. I understand you want to be healthy for your kids. So why is it important to be healthy for your kids? Well, because I want to make sure that I leave something. I stay like they know their mother. I was like, well, Anissa, that's good to hear. That they know their mother. But I know plenty of kids that don't know their mother and they're happy. Why should it be important? Why does it matter to you? She's like, well, you know what? I grew up with my mother was never there for me, and my mother shunned me. So I just want to be there for my kids because my mother never could. Boom. You got her. Okay. All right, Anissa. So you want to be there for your kids because your kids never, your mother was never there for you. Wow. That's powerful, Anissa. So, Anissa, is there any way that you want to just make sure that we go back to understanding this program? Okay, so I have a program that will help women just like you get back in shape, have time to spend time with their kids, spend more time with their kids when they, to help them know their kids more, and so that they don't lose out on their family time. Eat healthy so you don't have to miss out on the yummy foods anymore, or you don't have to get motivated anymore. It's going to be self-motivation. It's going to be easy for you. You're going to have a whole bunch of people with you, guiding you, pushing you step by step, making sure that everything is taken care of for you. Is that something that you'd be interested in still, Anissa? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So, hey, look, this is, my program is actually going to help you change your life. And this is how, you can't really put a value on this type of thing. Okay. So then you start kind of talking through this. So first I need you, and then you just tell them like step by step. I just need to find out some more information about your health, and if you have any allergies, foods, and then you're going to get a fat burning meal plan that's going to help you get down your goal weight as we discussed. And you'll get a shopping guide, daily recipes, meal plans, all delivered to you via email or in our Facebook group. Does that sound like it's okay? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so you get them every beginning of the week. You don't have to say the beginning of the week. So every day you help her burn more fat and tone up your muscles. So most women want to tone up and just burn fat. Okay, you don't just get the meal plan, the shopping guide, and the receipt, the recipes. The most important thing is you get held accountable. So motivation, not motivated, I'm still going to be right there, holding your hand, making sure you're doing everything correctly. Okay. Track everything you eat. Okay. I'm going to keep you on track. You're going to be taking photos of what you eat and send them right over to me. Or you know what? Just log them in MyFitnessPal and we be straight. Okay. You're going to take your foods and just make sure that you're tracking them. I'm be right over your shoulder looking at your MyFitnessPal. You're going to add me as a friend. And, the difference between our program, Anissa, and other people's programs is that, you're probably just given like some generic fitness program, like here, follow this and go do this. And you probably just bought it off of Instagram, or you might have your friend might have recommended you to this guru down the street, and he was selling, I don't know, like Herbalife or Isogenics or Prove It or something, and they just gave you a generic meal plan. But this is not like that, okay? This way, every step of your journey is accountable, and you know exactly how to access the website. It's going to be a course where you go step by step, day by day. I show you exactly what you need to eat, how you need to eat, the exercises you're going to do to burn the most fat, and to help you not have to get motivated to do any of this anymore. Okay, and you can just kind of read off of that stuff a little bit. Change it as you will. Okay, now the great thing is once you invest in, learn everything, you'll never have to like waste your time trying to find other diets, or this will be the last diet you ever do. Okay, and based on what I told you real quick, what parts do you find most helpful? You just tell them like this is what they'll get. And I remember telling her that, and she's like, man, I get all that? Shoot. All of it's helpful. And so that's what she said. I remember her saying it. She's like, I get all that with your program? Holy smokes. All of that stuff's helpful. And then now this may or may not be a good fit for you, Anissa. Like, I just want to make sure that everything was taken care of. And I don't want to tell you that this is a good fit for you or not. I understand it could be a difficult decision at this point, but I want to actually tell you right now, it can actually save your life. But now normally my program cost, I said it was $10,000 for 12 weeks with me of coaching. But when people pay up front, they get, I don't remember exactly what I said, but I didn't use this part right here, this number right here. I didn't use that. I just told her like, hey, you know what? It's $2,500. You can do a split pay. And if you want to go ahead, just go ahead and tell me where to send the PayPal. Actually, she just sent it over PayPal, which is cool. And you can use this right here, or you can use whatever you want to use. But you can say, normally my program is, you want to kind of 10X it. Just say like, my program was like $10,000, but for you, man, I'm going to give you a huge discount just because I like you. You'll get $1,000. It'll be a $997 if you pay up front right now. So this works out to about, I don't know, 12 weeks. It'll work out to about $333 a month. So that's less than a cup of coffee a day. Does that sound good to you? And just let her sit. Just let her sit. Okay. And then maybe they'll say no. She'll say, no, you know what, Daniel, that's a lot of money for me. That's a lot of money. Right? And then this is one of the objections. She didn't really give me an objection because I really had her like kind of crying because I asked her so many questions. So when you ask so many questions and you help people, they're willing to give you their credit card. So this works for business. This works for health and wellness. It doesn't matter. Okay. So look at that. It takes 3 objections before someone buys. So that's cool. So she's like, oh, I don't have that kind of money. It's too expensive. You know what, Anissa? Man, most things in life are too expensive. Your phone's probably too expensive. Your water bill's probably too expensive. That your car's probably too expensive, but you still pay them, don't you? So this might end up actually changing your life. Do you want to go ahead? And then she'll probably be like, no, you know what? This is probably a bad time for me. I remember some people saying that. You know what? Hey, I know it's a bad time. You know, it's always a bad time, right? When you're about to make the best decision of your life, it's always a bad time. But you know what? I think, and I think you can agree that the when it's a bad time, that's the best time to make a decision. So, do you want to go forward? Should we go forward? And they'll be like, no, 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 Daniel. It's probably not a good idea to start right now. You know what, Anissa? It's never a good idea to start right now. It really isn't. But the truth is, if you don't start right now, you won't start tomorrow. You got to be honest with yourself. If you don't start right now, you won't start tomorrow. So let's go ahead and take care of this transaction real quick so that we make sure that you're all taken care of financially with me, and I can take care of the rest and help you get to the happiness and actually spend more time with your kids. Is that okay? Yep. You're right. Okay, let's do it. So that's something that you can kind of do. Okay, and you can read off of these things right here. I'm not going to go too much in this, and you can read all this stuff. These are all objections right here. But guys, that's the sales script. That's the sales call. That's how I sold a $2,500 program for 12 weeks. And I never saw the person. So it is perfect, guys. You can use it for your fitness. All you have to do is change stuff here and there for business. Right here, you know what, in business, you just have to stack it. Okay, so you just have to do like an infomercial kind of stack. So it's like, this is what you'll get. You'll get this and this and this and this and this and this and this. And that's $1,000 value. That's a $10,000 value. And all this, combined is over $6,000. But you know what? I'm going to give it to you today for $9.97. It's only for today. And if you take action today, it's $9.97. So just remember, this is what you get. Boom, 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 boom. $9.97. Boom. And so it works, guys. It freaking works. It's like kind of doing a webinar on a phone. It's crazy. So anyways, I took a long time doing this one, and I'm so glad that you guys have this one to go over and to go over kind of you saw how I was kind of role playing myself back and forth with this thing. Read through it, play with it, transform this thing for yourself. I used it for a fitness program, but it can be used in any business niche anywhere. Okay, this is the same strategy that has been used since 1987. I kid you not, and my coach uses it to make $250K per month using the same script. He just changes it for personal trainers. So you can use it for business to close. If you want to close a social media marketing, you got a sales call with a couple of people, or you got to cold call these people. Don't cold call them, guys. Just give them that opt-in, give them that 10-minute call script, and then give them this super sales script right now. It probably won't take more than 30, 45 minutes on the call. But if you're willing to spend an hour with someone to make $2,500, hey, I'd take those numbers any day, wouldn't you? So go ahead and play with this. Have fun with it. Use it. And I'm going to jump off here, guys. So I will see you guys later.